25-year-old do to him?
Well, let's find out. Gavin Gwynn, let's bring you in here. If a 47-year-old man could do that, what can a 25-year-old do?
Yeah, we'll find out Friday night. It's just one of them nights. It was just an off night, but I still got the stoppage win, so it is what it is.
How are you feeling about Mark Chamberlain heading into Friday? Do you feel like you've taken a few unbeaten records in your time already? You think he's just the next one?
Yeah, it's no pressure on me. Like, he's the undefeated fighter. I'm going no one to impress. I'm going in there just for a fight. And that's what you get with me. I go for war.
Well, he doesn't normally take a backward step. Do you think you can make him take a backward step?
He will Friday night, and he'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out Friday night. And,
we will.
Yeah, I'll be taking another 0.
Mark, let's just come to you quickly before I bring in Frank. You've looked at Gavin Gwynn a couple of times. Just tell him what's going to happen on Friday.
You're going to get beat.
Gavin, any response?
Yeah, I'm gonna win.
Great predictions, Frank Warren.
I look forward to it.
This is a great fight, Frank.
Somebody's going to win, that's for sure. Look, it's a cracking fight. You know, this is the type of fights in Britain you can top a card with. On a great fight card, by the way, and there's a great case for both of them. And they're on a big platform. It's a massive platform. You know, His Excellency asked specifically for Mark to be on the card, and he said he wanted, you know, we want to make sure he's in a really good quality fight, and that's what he's in with, a good quality fighter in Gavin Gwynn. So both of them have got a great opportunity to go out there, show what they're all about, and hopefully they'll have a future on further cards out here. It's in their hands, but it's a marvellous, marvellous opportunity to show what they're both all about. Okay. And I think we're going to get a real good, quality, cracking fight. There's a lot at stake for both of them.
Brilliant fight down at lightweight. Mark Chamberlain and Gavin Gwynn, WBA international belt on the line. And there is a WBA World Super Welterweight title on the line between two unbeaten fighters here. Israel Madrimov takes on Magomed Kurbanov. Now, if you're a boxing fan, if you're a fight fan, this really is one to look forward to. Eddie, I'm going to bring you in first here. You are the promoter of Madrimov. You've been championing this mini Golovkin for some time as well. Tell us about this fight.
Yeah, he's a special fighter. You know, I think already he would have taken this fight in his second or third fight. They wanted to move him really quickly. He's had the benefit of plenty of experience globally, around the world with us. He's unbeaten in 10. And like you said there, this is just a real old school throwback fight. It's impossible not to be a classic. Kurbanov, we've seen, you know, great fights with Liam Smith and many others. He's 25-0. It's a massive opportunity for him. But this guy, we've always felt, was very special. He's a real athlete. He can really punch. But this one, I think, could steal the show on Saturday night. And now, as I said, the full WBA World Championship at light middleweight, it's massive for both guys. We've got the likes of Terence Crawford moving up to the division, looking to fight for world championships. This will change their life on Saturday night. And Kurbanov's a great fighter, but I believe my man will give us back-to-back world champions with the WBA in 2 weeks.
Well, let's start with Magomed Kurbanov. Magomed, I think there's a translator around here somewhere. I'm looking at him. That's great news. I guess you've been working your whole life. You've built up a 25-0 brilliant record. I mean, this is it. This is the world title shot. How are you feeling?
Ты достаточно, долго свой рекорд набивал. Это достаточно впечатлительно. Как ты вообще себя чувствуешь? Как ты, до этого дошел?
Салам алейкум, Саудия. Спасибо всем большое. Очень хороший шанс для меня. И я дрался у себя дома, но ринг для меня есть и дом. Мне без разницы. У меня выпал шанс, я 16 лет в боксе, чтобы ради этого боя.
You know, all my life I've been fighting in home, and but you know, for me the ring is the home is everywhere where's the ring. So, and I was waiting for this chance for 16 years, so and I'm gonna use it.
Final question: how do you beat Madrimov on Friday?
Как ты собираешься побить Мадримова в пятницу?
Обычно, как всех 25 побил.
As usual, as I done 25 fights before.
Fantastic stuff. Well, let's bring in Israel Madrimov. You are another fighter patiently, I know you've been very patiently waiting for this opportunity. Now it's finally here. You've got an unbeaten opponent in front of you. How's this all going to go?
Израиль, мы знаем... Израиль, мы знаем, что ты был достаточно терпелив к этому бою, и вот этот шанс выдался. Как ты себя чувствуешь, как оцениваешь?
Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, His Excellency, giving this chance, this opportunity. Thank you, my promoters, World of Boxing and Mushroom, my team, WBA. I'm ready, inshallah. Let's go.
Nice words, nice words. Look, final
Let's
one
go.
for you, Israel Madrimov. You heard Eddie Hearn talk there about Terence Crawford. That could be a huge fight for you down the line if you come through. Tell us how you feel about that.
Есть разговоры по поводу потенциального боя с Кроуфордом, если ты станешь чемпионом. Что ты об этом думаешь?
Ну, сейчас вот этот бой проведем и дальше посмотрим. Это для меня тоже интересно.
Well, potentially this is very interesting for me, but let's be focused on that fight. Let's see in the future.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much, Israel Madrimov. That concludes the Undercard press conference. We're going to get some face-offs down the front. Stick with us. The big guys will be on the stage very, very shortly. Thank you.
There you go, press conference 1 over. We are going to have a portion of the main card as well. A lot of those fighters will be on the main card, but that's it. We are now going to see a face-off between the crew as well. Not much there, not much in terms of spite in the press conference. Look, I don't want to see a table being thrown, but we didn't really get anything there, did we, Barry?
We didn't get them talking to each other. That's what we really want to see. We want to see them talking to each other, having a little bit of spite and trying to ignite something. And also, it's their opportunity just to get that little psychological edge over each other. We didn't quite see that.
We certainly didn't. Roman Fury there. I like the glasses. Are you a fan of glasses in the night time? Is that a bit of you as well, Daz?
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I don't think I could pull it off. I'm getting a bit older now, are they? But they're each to their own. And go back to the top there. Yeah, not any needle, no bad blood between them, really. A few words between Chamberlain and Quinn, but really and truly just some confident individuals there that are willing for that first bell. Just want to get the action underway. I think they're more fighters as opposed to talkers, but I'm pretty sure, these two alone. Torres comes to fight, he's confident, he's a good body puncher, he said he's going to work the body.
I mean, what's that? 8-9 inches there in height difference?
Yeah.
I mean, Andrei Nowitzki obviously looked massive heavyweight, 6'6", Ukrainian. I spoke to his trainer today at lunch and they're very confident. They said, look, he's still very, very green, but they think they've got something.
Yeah, I think so, because he knows his judgment of the distance is really good already. So he's tall and long, but he knows how to use that very well. He keeps him out on the end of the jab before he can let that backhand go with all the power. So I think that when you're the shorter fighter, you're always going to be in trouble against someone like that.
This is a good one. This face-off might be interesting. Louis Green, obviously, look, all business. Jack McGann, look, all business as well. So this one could be spicy.
I like this fight, Addy. I really, really do. It's a big step up for McGann. Louis Green, I mean, he's scary. But we know exactly what we're going to get from him. He's all action, he's in your face, he's going to look for that knockout, but McGann's got a big shot on him, so I think that's one where you certainly do not want to blink.
Yeah, that's a good one. You don't want to blink in this one as well. The big boys, Kevin Lerena versus Justice Hooney. Kevin Lerena only lost twice. Justin Hooney, obviously unbeaten, 8-0, 4 knockouts. This is what we call good matchmaking, Barry.
Yeah, it is. You've got a guy like Kevin Lerena who's been a fantastic cruiserweight, who's made some decent little waves as a heavyweight, let's be honest. Naturally the smaller guy against a guy who's lacking in experience as a pro, full of loads of experience as an amateur, but he's looking to take that next step. And Lorena, I think, for him, stylistically, is that right matchup.
Yeah, I like that fight. I really like that fight. Brilliant matchmaking, like you say.
This one's interesting. Gavin Gwynn, or should I say Mark Chamberlain, let me say him first, versus Gavin Gwynn. Mark Chamberlain was actually picked out by His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, actually picked him out, saw him and said, we want him on the card, and then they got Gavin Gwynn here. So obviously His Excellency sees something in Mark Chamberlain.
And they picked the perfect dance partner for it if you want to see an exciting fight, because Gavin Gwynn will make you work, and he'll test you. And if you do have power, if it's real power, like James Tennyson did, you know, to get rid of it, you need that sort of power. And if Chamberlain has that, he might get the job done. But if he hasn't, Gavin Gwynn will guarantee wear him down. He's that sort of fighter. He's not the biggest puncher, but he works hard. He's huge for the weight, as we see. Chamberlain's one of the biggest lightweights you will find. Gwynn's a bigger one altogether. So that might be the fight of the night.
This one could easily be the fight of the night. Gobanov versus Madrimov. Again, the WBA 154-pound strap up for grabs here. That's because Jamel Charlo has been moved in to champion in recess. I hate that title, but it's true. That's what he is right now. This fight, as I said at the top of the show, was on, was off. It's now on, Darren, and it's a good addition to the card.
Ah, it's a brilliant fight. It really is. I think we're going to see a bit of everything. If you're a boxing purist and you like your tactical affairs, you're going to see a bit of that, a bit of higher level chess. You're going to see some explosive, heavy hitting between the two of them. Two extremely well-schooled fighters laying it all in the ring Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a so good Friday night. That's it. That's the prelim card down press conference. Main press conference to come. It's going to be a good one on Friday.
This will be the greatest atmosphere you have ever witnessed in a boxing ring.
Here we go. Zepeda absolutely relentless.
Zurdo Ramirez fought like a Mexican southpaw.
Hitchens. Beautiful jab from Hitchens right there. Yeah. What a great performance. He was just too good.
This is a championship fight.
We have a couple of special guests with us now on the main stage. The king of MMA, Mr. Ariel Helwani, and the king of heavyweight boxing, Mr. Tyson Fury, who, by the way, is already started training, because look at that. He's looking good, isn't he? I always look at Tyson, I can tell by that. Tyson, you're looking good, Tyson.
Thank you very much.
I was questioning whether or not you were going to come. I was like, is Tyson going to come and support Roman, or is he going to stay in training camp? You've obviously decided to come.
It's for fifth fight, and it's on one of the biggest cards of the year, so I had to come to Saudi, not only to support Roman, but I've also got my brother Joseph Parker, and I've also got my other brother Turki Al-Sheikh to support. So supporting three brothers in one hit, killing three birds with one stone.
And Tyson said he would only come on this show if I came on with him. That's why we're both
here
for the first time. Yes, we're
okay.
Good mates. We go way
Ariel,
back.
You can go now, Ariel,
yes,
then I'll take this from here. But it is good to see Tyson here, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's incredible. Can I get a look at the eye?
Yeah,
I don't even know which eye it is.
It's this one.
I've seen nothing.
It's healing good.
It looks fantastic. Really,
yeah,
it really looks great. Any concerns now?
I'm not concerned. I never was concerned about the cut. It was from cut date to fight date was 15 weeks. I cut heels in about 8-9 weeks, so I had plenty of time. And if the cut opens in the fight, so fuck it. It opens in the fight. It's going to be blood everywhere. So what? Don't stop the fight. Let it continue. It's an undisputed heavyweight championship fight.
What about in terms of training? What are the doctors saying as far as when you could get punched?
Well, the idea is he doesn't get punched.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, but, you know, sparring.
I'll be sparring. When I start camp at the end of March, I'll be ready for sparring.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good news.
With that, do you almost have to pre-warn sparring partners? Because I saw how you got cut. I mean, obviously, look, sparring, right? You need to go hard, but is there a point of, okay, guys, go hard, but not too hard?
It was a freak accident, you know. I think he just threw like a hook, and he ended up hitting me in the face with the elbow. I had a full face head guard on, so he got it through that little hole there. I don't think you could do it if you tried to do it with a bat again. Yeah. It was just a freak accident. So I've been sparring for many, many years and never got caught in sparring. So it is one of those things. I'm not expecting to get caught again in the gym or in the fight even. So whatever happens, though, will happen. But make no mistake, I'm not paying no $10 million bounty. So I will be fighting cut eye or not.
And I'm just curious about the immediate aftermath, because I remember speaking to you right after the news came out, and I could see that you were somewhat subdued. Obviously, you and Igas were going back and forth.
I was a little bit depressed on
how did you deal with it in the aftermath?
Couple of days. But then I thought, you know what? It's not the first time it's happened, and it won't be the last time in boxing. It is what it is. Shit happens. We've got a new date within a couple of days, and everything was good again.
What do you make of the nonsense that came out in the aftermath? And I had to shut a lot of it down. Oh, Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight. He's scared. I mean, there was some nonsense about, oh, Tyson Fury probably cut himself. How do you deal with all that rubbish?
What I say to that is, bitch is gonna hate. And that's it. People hate on other people who are doing a lot better than them. And that's always it is. You never get some billionaire dude who's a CEO of a company hating on another guy who's not doing as good as him. It's always people who are not as successful as somebody they're trying to hate on. So I take it with a pinch of salt. It means nothing to me. Sticks and stones. And if they're not hating on you, it means you're not successful. That's a fact.
Yeah,
and you're not relevant. No one cares.
It's true. You get a lot of hate, don't you, Ariel?
No, none at all. I think everyone loves me and is very respectful.
Same with me.
You and Igas good?
Yeah.
You cleared it up with him?
I cleared it up. I told him on the show, and that's it.
It's done.
You know what, though? I had to... I hear a lot of this, like, coward talk from the two-time heavyweight champion of the world in the last... It's only been the last, like, 8 or 9 months. I'm not sure, like... There was 10 knockdowns in them Wilder trilogies. I went to Germany to fight Klitschko. I went to the US to fight Wilder, the 2 biggest punchers in boxing history. Where's all this coward shit come from?
No idea.
I'm from who? Who am I a coward from?
It doesn't make sense.
I don't get it. And even if he was a coward and you didn't want to fight, for the bags that I'm getting, you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Literally at the end of the training camp, too.
The Scarecrow on Wizard of Oz and say, give me your courage, give me your courage.
Right.
I said that there's so much money on offer here. Like, even if he didn't want to do it, you do it for the money, don't you? Last time he was in Saudi,
it's a good job I do want to do it.
Yeah. And
I'm doing it for the thrill
we're
and
also happy that you are going to do it. Last time here, this is you against Francis Ngannou. Obviously, AJ takes on this beast on Friday. Surprised at how good he was, or an off night for Tyson Fury?
Wasn't surprised, no. I didn't have a good night. I had a lot of problems, but I'm not here to make excuses. I never have been and I never will. You haven't heard me say one excuse, have you? But I had problems in the fight. Don't need to go into it. It was what it was. But I can't really gauge how good or bad he was because of how poor I was.
Okay,
You understand? So the one thing I can gauge is, though, I hit him with some flush punches in the face. Quite a lot, and even hit him with an elbow right in the face too. That I saw on a replay, and he never went over. So, regardless of my performance or his performance, one thing I do know about Ngannou is he's a tough son of a gun.
Yeah.
So I think we're in for a treat. It's going to be a good fight. Knockout chaos, it's named. So let's hope we get some knockout chaos.
I'm just wondering, from a skill set standpoint, what impressed you most about him?
Like I said, I wasn't having a good performance or good night, so I couldn't really tell if he was good or bad.
Switching
in my
stances
opinion,
like that
watching the fight, that's what I'm here for. The winner of this two will get a shot at world title from me after I beat Usyk twice this year. So, yeah, I guarantee when we fight again, I'll tie one hand behind my back and punch his head off. I don't need the best night in the world. I just don't need a terrible night.
Right.
Is there a part of you, and look, we're not overlooking Alexander Usyk at all. Why would you? Unified heavyweight champion.
Never.
But is there a part of you that would want that Ngannou fight just to kind of right that wrong, if you like?
Well,
just
not
to kind
really.
of do what we said or thought.
The Undisputed Heavyweight Championships, there's not been a 4-belt world champion, so I keep getting told, but I count more belts than that. I count the IBO, WBO, WBA, WBC, Ring Magazine, and Lineal. So that's 6. And baddest motherfucker on the planet title. That's 7.
That's
Took
the
that
biggest
in
one.
as well.
That's the biggest one, isn't it?
So there's so many belts on the line. Nothing competes with that. This is the fight of the ages. Nothing can compare to this. Not a show fight, not a crossover fight, not a YouTube boxing. Nothing. This is it. This is 2 undefeated world heavyweight champions colliding for all the belts, and it hasn't been done since whenever, 90s. And these both guys who's fighting have beat everybody else. So this is it. Whoever wins out of this fight is the best in this era, regardless of what anyone's opinion is, what anyone wants to say. Whoever wins that of me and Usyk is the best of this era.
It's difficult to argue against that. You've been coming to this region for quite some while now, not just with boxing, but with
I've
the
even been
WWE
holiday here as well.
Which is good, good, and it's important. Right? It really is. What do you make of what's going on over here? Every time I come over here, something new's been built. It looks a bit different. What do you make of it?
The region is in a fantastic place. They taking over the sport of boxing. Not taking over, they've already done it. They taken over the sporting world, let's say now. Fantastic place to be. So much going on. Like, I could talk to you all night about what's going on in the future. So many mega fights lined up for this year and next year. exciting things coming out of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Nothing more exciting though than your fight May 18th, undisputed. That's exciting.
Yeah, and you mentioned something very interesting there, and if we could clear it up, because you said once I beat Usyk twice, then I'll fight Ngannou if all goes well, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean, because the way it's presented was the winner of this fight gets the winner of your fight, are you referring to, there's the rematch clause that has to be
we had this big argument last year, I don't know if you remember, where I said no rematch clauses.
Yeah.
But he was acting like a little bitch, crying over a rematch. He didn't want to just throw it down on whoever won. So he ends up getting his rematch clause, so there's a rematch. There'll be 2 fights this year, me and Usyk.
Okay, now,
regardless of whatever happens in the first one.
Now, as far as Friday, I'm dying to know what you think about this. Obviously, you've never fought AJ before, but you know him very well. You know Francis the boxer better than anyone. Who do you like in the fight?
I think they're both big, strong guys and knockout chaos. I think anyone can win it. They're both big punchers. They're both not very hard to hit, so they both can land and do damage. I'd like to back the former world heavyweight champion, but then again, who the fuck am I to say anything?
But honestly, if Francis wins, it makes you look better.
If Francis wins, then it sets up a massive rematch for me and Francis. But if AJ wins, then it sets up a big British fight for me and him. So for me, I've got no money in either side of them, so whoever wins, it's a bonus because it's a massive fight either way, and providing I get through Usyk twice.
All right, we don't have to wait too long to find out who does win, because it's all kicking off on Friday. It's the big one, AJ versus Ngannou.
This guy making a debut like that, so everybody.
Tyson Fury down against Francis Ngannou. Unbelievable scenes.
I didn't buy into the fact that someone can stroll into the sport and compete with the lineal world heavyweight champion. It's unheard of.
Everybody gives his own opinion, but at the end of the day, nobody knows nothing. Nothing.
I'm sure he believed in himself before the Fury fight, but now he has to believe in himself. He's looking at it thinking, I should have won that fight. Now I'm fighting a guy that's supposed to be not as good as Tyson Fury.
When you think about boxing, there haven't been a moment in the past 10 years that Anthony Joshua hasn't been in the top 3.
Joshua gets his 24th knockout, and boy, did he make it look easy.
Seen people like him many a times before, but it's just his mind that I'd have to conquer in the ring.
I heard that he doesn't have a chin. I don't know if it's true or not. I hope I had an opportunity to test that out.
It's going to be explosive. You have to take someone's soul, you have to take their spirit, and I'm looking forward to the challenge for sure.
Maybe I will do something that nobody have done before.
These big guys get in the ring, they throw bombs, one of them lands, it's all over.
Styles make fights. Me and Fury are completely different. I know who I am, and I know what I have to do.
Just driven by the dream, the statement that I want to make.
It's 30 minutes of focus, and my mind will be locked in and ready to do the job.
This is just what boxing fans have been crying out for years, and if you're a boxing fan, you're in boxing heaven.
Not long to go until the main portion of the press conference. I can see over my shoulder, they're getting ready, the big boys, and Nick Bull, Ray Vargas, who not very big, are going to be joining the press. I'm just saying, Nick Bull,
tell them.
he's
Call
Barry
out too?
He's 5'2", he's 5'2". Todd Grisham has joined us, replaced Tyson Fury, good replacement. Hi Todd, how are you? Our lead commentator on Friday.
Yeah.
Todd, how are you?
Doing great.
When did you get in?
I got in last night. I had some travel issues, but don't we all getting over here? It was a total of about 24 hours, but once you're here, you're great.
We are. We've got a great team for you, by the way, on Friday. I wish I could announce all of them, but I think
why not?
A couple of
Break
special
the news.
announcements, because I think there's a special announcement of a couple of people that I can't announce. I was going to say their initials and guess, but we're not going to play that game. What do you make of all of this? You've been to Saudi a few times. Obviously, the events here are incredible. Grand arrivals, very Las Vegas-esque, right? We don't really see that anywhere else. We had the media workouts yesterday, press conference today. It's a whole week of fun.
Well, I think Ariel would agree with this. Boxing needed an infusion of something, because about every 6 months I start getting people texting me saying boxing's dead. Why is boxing dead? But you know, Saudi Arabia and His Excellency have put together these events that have just really gotten boxing up to where UFC is production-wise, and up to UFC where it is worldwide. And I think you know, this is the kind of thing that boxing needs to grow, and it needs to get younger viewership, and it needs to get new audiences. So this kind of event, the Big Bang, the big Zhang. But you know, these big events, I think, gets people's attention, and it's wonderful for the sport.
It's interesting that Todd called it an event, because we don't really hear boxing called an event. It's almost just the night, isn't it? It's just you turn up on a Saturday or a Friday, whatever day it is, and that's it. And you've heard His Excellency and Eddie Hearn always talk about the UFC as the gold standard and what they've done. You can speak to that more than anyone.
Yeah, I mean, well, the UFC has a massive event on Saturday, and if you look at the events that have happened here since October 28th, they have been UFC-esque, and that's the best compliment that I can give to what they're doing here and to the UFC. What I mean by that is, Joseph Parker versus Zhilei Zhang is a main event anywhere on the planet, right? And I almost feel like it's not getting the credit and attention that it deserves, let alone the rest of the card. But those two guys are just kind of flying under the radar. It's a massive fight, right? I mean, both these guys have had tremendous year and a half or so, and they're top 5 heavyweights in my opinion, and no one's talking about them. This is what boxing needs. Boxing, in my opinion, is doing just fine. Nothing annoys me more when I hear people who don't watch boxing say that boxing is dead or that it's struggling. It is not. Trust me. And you see what's been happening here over the last few months, and you see the slate. I'm not being a company man. I'm not asked to say this, but look at the slate of fights coming up between now and May on this platform. Yeah. Every weekend there's a big fight. It's doing just fine. This is another example.
And Ariel, I was asking you earlier, I was like, you've been having more and more boxing content on the MMA Hour, and I'm like, what kind of numbers do you get for the boxing things that you host? And I was surprised at your answer.
Oh, the interviews explode. I mean, last week, thanks to our good friends at DAZN, we had Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn back to back to back to back, and the numbers were tremendous, and I loved everything about it. And, you know, I know some people in the boxing media don't like that the MMA guys are coming over. Well, we've taken our cues from Francis. We're coming over. We're coming with our elbows out. We're coming with our hands up.
Actually,
whether you like it or
you
love
need to
it.
step off the stage. It's Ariel's show now.
You better learn to deal with it, because we are here. Combat Sports Hour, not just the MMA Hour.
Enough for you. Thomas Triber's ready.
We're gonna,
Much love he's not ready yet. You're lucky.
Oh, he's not.
I was going to throw
I
down.
have a few things to say. I got a few other bones to pick. Do I have time?
With me?
With you?
You've got a couple of minutes.
With everyone that's been out here. I'm sick and tired of everyone talking about Francis Ngannou being 0-1, being a debutante. Did you guys forget about the 20 MMA fights? He is a real fighter. Start putting some damn respect on his name. I've been watching you guys doing tremendous work over the past week. I see Eddie Hearn. He's had one Queensberry Rules boxing match.
He's fought in a boxing ring once.
The disrespect.
He's not a proven
I thought
boxer.
things would change after October 28th.
Yeah, he's a
Clearly,
fighter, yes.
you guys didn't get the memo.
He's clearly a fighter, but he's not a boxer.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
He's not a boxer.
Oh, he's not a Queensberry Rules boxer. Oh, Crimea River. The guy's had 20 fights in a cage. He's been hit with knees, elbows, kicks to the head. Put some respect. He's not a YouTuber.
When James
he's not a
Toney
TikToker.
fought Randy Couture, did you say James Toney was a real fighter going to that ring
No,
with
I
Randy
said he
Couture?
was someone making his MMA debut.
And
I hear you guys
the
saying he's never fought before.
Francis.
I hear fought. No, let's make the distinction. This man has fought.
What we
he
meant to say was
Fury.
that he's never fought in a boxing ring before. And look, Francis Ngannou in MMA world,
Never
I do
had
apologize
a
for that.
Queensberry
I do
Rules
apologize.
boxing match before.
But
Guess
you know,
what?
I will say this.
Now he's had one.
I will say this.
And he's about to do the business on
If you
Friday.
were just someone from Mars and you watched that Fury and Ngannou fight, you would never know that he's never fought a boxing match before.
You know why?
Why?
Because he's an actual fighter. And he's been in there with the best in the world. He's not a fish out of water. He's not an influencer. He's not a TikToker. He's not a YouTuber. He knows what to do, and he's got a tremendous team. Maybe they're not known to the casual boxing fan, Eric Nixick, Dewey Cooper, etc. But Francis has been dreaming of this. And the thing is, he doesn't understand what impossible means.
But you know the problem with that, what you said is, it's, and this is no disrespect to this guy I'm going to mention right now, but Nate Diaz is a fighter.
Sure.
Yes? When we saw him in the boxing ring against Jake Paul, he did not look like a boxer at all.
Francis Ngannou was the UFC heavyweight
no,
champion. Nate Diaz has never won a UFC belt.
It's striking.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking
about
Nate
the
Diaz
resume.
is more of a fighter than Francis Ngannou.
I don't really understand what you're saying here. What I'm saying is
But
that Francis Ngannou is a UFC heavyweight champion. Nate never won a belt, so there are levels to the game, with all due respect. And now you're trying to get me against the 209?
I'm not doing that.
You're trying to get me against the
Listen,
Diaz brothers.
here's the big argument. They were saying Tyson Fury was not prepared mentally or maybe even physically for Ngannou, but AJ is. So
Yes.
let's fight. This is.
I agree with
all
that.
cards are on the table now. There's no excuses for anybody. Let's see if indeed Ngannou is as good as you think he's at boxing. And I believe, I think we were talking about this earlier today. On paper, you would think Ngannou would do better against AJ because he doesn't move around and box as well as Tyson Fury does. So I think Ngannou has a better chance to beat AJ, at least on paper, than he did for Tyson Fury. So let's see if he can pull it off.
Maybe so, maybe so. One thing we do know about Francis Ngannou that we can all agree on, and you can speak to this very strongly, Ariel, is his backstory. It's incredible that we put together a fantastic piece on him for the Zone, which you can go and see on the Zone socials right now. It's incredible, though, isn't it?
I mean, that's what I say. Like, this guy fears nothing because, honestly, he shouldn't be here. He's a walking miracle. The fact that he was able to survive his surroundings in Cameroon, he's working for $1 a day in the sand mines and says, you know what, I want a better life. I saw this guy named Mike Tyson, I want that. And the fact that he survives from Cameroon to Nigeria to Algeria to then getting arrested 4 or 5 times, being put in jail, being told that he has to go back home. He goes home, he does it again, he goes home, he does it again. He ends up in France. I'm making a very long story short here. He ends up sleeping in a parking garage for over a year, and he stumbles upon a gym where it just so happens to be an MMA gym. As luck would have it, Fernan Lopez says, oh yeah, I could build you into something, and then he turns into this great MMA fighter, but he always said he was gonna go back to the dream, and this is the dream. And because he has been through all of that, he is so mentally tough. And I'm not trying to discount or discredit what other boxers have been through.
I agree with what you're saying.
It's just amazing. And I would also say to what Todd said, I actually think this is a tougher fight for Francis. And I'll tell you why. AJ saw what he did in October, but AJ is so smart. If he uses his boxing IQ, this to me reminds me a lot of AJ versus Ruiz too. AJ just has to win. He just has to fight a smart, measured fight. Get the W, nothing flashy, nothing fluky, just get the W. Tyson wanted to put on a show and didn't respect Francis. So Francis is going to have to try to figure out that puzzle. And I think with the likes of Ben Davison by his side and the other great coaches by his side, it's going to be a very tricky puzzle.
You know, AJ has a lot of pressure on him because His Excellency basically said to AJ, you're my assassin. I'm sending you in there to go get Ngannou out of boxing. You're the guy that needs to end this.
Which was a heel turn, right? I was surprised that he said that.
But, I mean, can you imagine the man who's paying millions and millions of dollars and is doing all this for boxing is like, you better beat Ngannou. That's your job.
You know what's very interesting about the Fury interview we just did? You guys probably heard it there when Fury said there is a rematch clause for the Alexander Usyk fight, which leads me on to the co-main event. Because if AJ, let's just play hypotheticals here, AJ, the favorite, gets past Ngannou, there is AJ versus who potentially in the summer? It's not going to be Usyk or Fury now. Could Zhilei Zhang put his name right there in the forefront if he gets past Joseph Parker?
Why not? I mean, the thing is, he's, over 40 years old, didn't turn pro until he was 31. So he can't afford to take a step back. He can't afford to not look good. He has to blow him out of the water, and then he can get that fight. Otherwise, I don't know how much appeal he has.
See, the thing is, this is AJ's 4th fight in 11 months. I would just chill.
No.
Why would you risk
stop
it?
that. No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. We want to see activity. The best fighters, as you know, the best fighters.
When you're at the blackjack table and you're winning, you don't take a break.
There you
go. You keep playing the cards while the cards are hot.
He's going to chill. It's either that or no, you don't do that because if Tyson wins,
risky?
It's too risky.
You're rolling the dice too many times?
Adesanya did it. Adesanya kept going, didn't he?
And then eventually it bit him. But there wasn't a big fight. Wait, we have a generational fight waiting. If he wins on Friday and Tyson wins those 2 fights, I don't love the rematch thing, if I'm being honest.
No, and you know what I think?
A bit of a curveball.
I know it's in there, but this is boxing.
Come on.
I mean, if Tyson Fury wins and AJ wins, we're getting Fury AJ.
This is actually,
we're getting Fury
Listen,
AJ.
We're talking about how boxing can evolve and get better. The rematch clauses need to be a thing of the past as well, right? Because sometimes that holds things up. Oh, like, look at Haney and Kambosos. No one wanted to see that again, but they had to do it, and so he did it.
But you know, sometimes it works out. Like, I didn't like the idea of going into a Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 3 fight. Number 3 was the best. Number 3 was incredible.
But that was okay because the first one was a draw, so the second one.
But Ariel, in the defense of rematches, if Andy Ruiz didn't have a rematch with Anthony Joshua, he's probably still the champ, and he's fighting in a bingo hall on an Indian reservation in Arizona, keeping that title. That's
true.
The way it works.
But if AJ wins on Friday and Tyson wins, people are going to want that fight right away, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to want to see, because what if Tyson fights Usyk and then loses? And now all of a sudden we're kissing the AJ fight goodbye because they're going to do it a third time.
There's too many permutations. You're making me write these down in my head. There is someone that's not on the card that fought recently, hadn't fought for a long time, and that's Deontay Wilder. Obviously, look, he's not on the card, so we're not going to go too much into him. But how does Deontay Wilder get back into this picture?
Well, we had something that aired on social media today, and they were asking Zhilei Zhang to give it one-word answers about certain boxers. And they said Deontay Wilder, he goes, used to be heavy hitter, now retire.
Wow.
So, I mean, you know, Zhilei Zhang.
That's basically a call-out.
Yeah, well, but what did you see from Wilder that made you think he could beat anybody at this point? He was gun-shy, which we've never seen before. He lost every minute of every round against Parker. So he's going to have to go back to the drawing board and get a win first before he gets another marquee fight.
All right, it's time. It's time. Thomas Triber is ready because all the fighters on the main portion of the card, so again, it is Nick Paul versus Ray Vargas, Jili Zhang versus Joseph Parker, and then the big boys, Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou, ready for the main table. So let's throw it downstairs to your MC, Mr. Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our second press conference today for Knockout Chaos, a great night of World Championship Boxing this Friday, live from Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing in conjunction with Riyadh Season, National Events Center, the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Gold Star Promotions, Gimmick, and Sella. Let's now welcome our participants. First, here is Nick the Wrecking Ball. Let's welcome Ray Vargas.
Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra, ey. Pero no hay boda, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias, muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Me las voy a llevar a todas con VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirar un selfie. Say cheese, ey. Que se rían las que ya les metí.
Let's welcome Joseph Parker. Let's welcome Chalet Big Bang Jay.
Thank you. I'm Big Bang. I'm bang everything. I will bang you.
Boy, are you gonna bang? Boy, are you gonna bang? Boy, are you gonna bang? All I wanna know, are you gonna bang? Boy, are you gonna bang? Boy, are you gonna bang? Boy, are you gonna bang? All I wanna know, are you gonna bang? You're going that far, but are you gonna bang though? Get Melia, but are you gonna bang though?
Let's welcome trainer Dewey Cooper. Let's welcome trainer Ben Davison.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody.
Let's welcome the Predator, Francis Ngannou.
Them man still hating. My young boy in a different country, but he never been on vacation. One hand on the girl I'm dating, one hand on the cash I'm making. We come through like Funky Friday and have all your man them skating. I see them man skating now. I'm talking about running the leg. My youngins in country.
Let's welcome AJ Anthony Joshua. Let's welcome International Boxing Hall of Fame promoter, Mr. Frank Warren of Queensberry Promotions, and Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing.
No need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
And now, here is your host, Josh Denzel.
Ubud. Hello and welcome to the Knockout Chaos main event press conference. It's a pleasure to be joined here by some of the brightest and best in the boxing fraternity. Now, this historic fight night will be presented to fans worldwide by Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren of Queensberry Promotions, in conjunction with Riyadh Season, the National Event Centre, the General Entertainment Authority of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Goldlink Promotions, Gimmick and Seller. Now, this fight will be live on DAZN worldwide and available in the UK, and also available on Sky Sports box office. I could sit here and try and do my best to promote this fight, but I'm going to leave it to the professionals in the middle. Frank, I'm going to come straight to you. It's another, we're 3 days in or 4 days into it, another incredible show out in Riyadh. How game-changing has this partnership with Saudi Arabia and His Excellency been?
Well, it's just brilliant, and we got to thank King Salman bin Abdulaziz, and we also Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, His Excellency Turkey, Al Sheikh, for all the fantastic work that he's done in making this happen, and the chairman and the GA and Seller and all their teams, along with all the guys here. It's been brilliant to work together, and how do I feel about it? It's marvellous. You couldn't wish for any more. We're in boxing heaven.
I was going to say,
we're getting fabulous shows, fabulous undercards. It doesn't get any better than this.
These shows seem to just be getting bigger and bigger.
They do, bigger and bigger. This is the third and the last of the season, and then we got 2 more to come up in the next 5 months. We got the 18th with Tyson in the biggest fight of this century against Usyk, which is a fight everybody's been waiting to see. And then we've got a fantastic night on the 1st with another unification fight between La'Batoyev and Bivol. And then there's a little matter of me and this bloke on my right here. We're going to have 5 against 5. We've been working on it, and hopefully we're going to have an announcement soon. I think everybody's going to love. But it starts the year here tonight with this fabulous top of the event.
It's all friendly now until the 5v5 comes, and I look forward to that right now. Eddie, this show is called Knockout Chaos, aptly titled. Is that a clue of what to expect come Friday night?
Yeah, some big hitters. Firstly, welcome everyone again. Assalamu alaikum. And thank you, of course, to everybody to help put this show together, particularly His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh. Of course, our partners, Queensberry and Spencer Brown at Gold Star as well, thank you. All our partners at DAZN around the world broadcasting this incredible show. I think pound for pound, I said earlier, a better show than Day of Reckoning. I mean, we talked about the undercard previously. Up here, 3 fantastic fights. Young Nick Ball from Liverpool looking to win the WBC World Championship against Mexico's Ray Vargas, who is not looking forward to Joseph Parker against Zhilei Zhang. It's one of the best fights that can be made in the division. And there's these 2 giants, you know, I said earlier in the week, Godzilla against King Kong. 2 beasts come together, and we had that fight signed, you know, the Wilder fight, and myself and Frank were invited very quickly to His Excellency's house, and he said, what is the biggest fight we can make? And the answer was Anthony Joshua against Francis Ngannou. It's going to be an unbelievable heavyweight spectacle on a massive night of boxing, and we're all very lucky to be here. I feel very blessed to be here and to put, like Frank said, we're in dreamland for boxing right now. All the fights that we want to make, that we can't normally make, sometimes even on the same night.
No doubt about that. Now, the man next to me, Frank, Nick Ball, he fights for a world title. What can we expect from him?
You asking me?
That's you, Frank, yeah.
What can we expect? Well, I'll tell you something. It's non-stop action. That's what you can expect. He's got a fantastic opportunity here. I can't tell you how highly I think of him. Everything he's had to do, he's done it in absolutely style. We call it a wrecking ball, and that's exactly what it is. And I'm sure he will take this opportunity with both hands against a guy who I think is the best featherweight in the division, who's only got, I think it's 1 loss on his record, double world champion. He's certainly not come here to make up the numbers, that's for sure. And I think we're going to get something special. And I do think if anybody can pull this off, it's Nick.
No doubt we're going to come to you and dig deeper into that fight and your thoughts on that, Nick. But you mentioned Zhang against Parker being a fight that is mouth-watering. Anything could happen. It feels like it's a real 50-50. How do you see that one going? That's purely fireworks. This is knockout chaos, right, Frank?
I do think it'll be a knockout. I mean, look, they're both quality fighters, absolute quality fighters, and you know they've got a common denominator in Joe Joyce, and it's funny how styles make fights and so forth. And you know, Joe beat Joe Parker, but since then I think it's 4 wins, and I mean, this is his home at the moment. He keeps having these wins here. Fantastic win last time out against Deontay Wilder, and then we got Zhang, who came to London and beat our guy. Not once, beat him twice in styles. So the two of them now are in a position where, and all these heavyweights are in a position where on the 18th of May, that big unification fight, somebody's going to win that, obviously. I believe it'll be Tyson, by the way. But somebody's going to win it. And these guys now are all jockeying for position to be at that big table, to get a shot at the #1 guy. So these are all important fights, they're all exciting fights, and they're all really well-matched fights, every single one of them. And we do get upsets, as we know in boxing. We had it on the last card. But I just think this fight is going to be something special as well. I mean, this is a real good fight card for fight fans. It doesn't get any better than this.
Thanks for that, Frank. Now, Eddie, the man next to you, Anthony Joshua, former unified heavyweight champ. How big can this year be for him?
Well, look, this is his 4th fight in 11 months. It's a message to all flagship fighters. You have to stay active. And the activity has been key for AJ. It's something that we haven't been able to do when he had belts, when he had mandatories, during the period of COVID as well. And it's been a blessing the last 11 months, 12 months. The link up with Ben and Lee Wiley has been fantastic. I've never seen him punching with such ferocity. I've never seen him with such confidence. And I believe he's the best heavyweight in the world. I really do. I always have done. We've always stood by him. He's achieved so much in the sport. 2-time unified world heavyweight champion. And I believe will also be undisputed heavyweight world champion. This is a massive test. We respect Francis, what he did. I didn't give him any chance against Fury. No chance to win a round. I thought he was sensational. And we take him very seriously. He earned our respect well before that fight, but in boxing, he earned everybody's respect that night. So we know it's a serious challenge, but I believe this man's the best in the division, and I think you'll see that on Friday night.
With that belief, is it hard not to have one eye and look too far forward into the future at Undisputed again?
Never against someone like Francis. You know, mentally he's very strong, and you know that the success that he had against Tyson Fury, the confidence that he would have grown with through that performance. This is just his 2nd fight in a boxing ring. It's quite remarkable that on his professional debut, he could have got a decision to become the lineal world heavyweight champion. So this is a real fighter inside and outside of the ring. And, you know, you've got to take it to him and you've got to put him out of the boxing game on Friday night. And that's the intention, I'm sure, from Anthony. The dream has always been undisputed. When he was unified, we were 1 belt short. You know, we signed to fight Mr. Fury. We signed to fight Deontay Wilder. Unfortunately, for sometimes situations out of everybody's control, we never got it. I truly believe that this man's destiny is to be undisputed. But it's all irrelevant come Friday night. It's just a big man, a giant in front of him that he has to take out.
100%. Now, Nick, promise we get to you. Weren't happy with the walkout music. You wanted a little baby or something a bit more hyped.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But it's all good. Made up to be here.
So that brings me on. I mean, you've got to be happy in a huge, a barnstormer in a fantastic fight against the WBC featherweight champ, Ray Vargas. Now, how incredible is it to be sat at this top table on a huge card like this, fighting for a world title?
It's massive, innit? You only have to look round, see what's happening, yeah. So I'm made up to be here, yeah. I've got my opportunity and I want to take it with both hands.
I saw a video of you blind ranking fighters. Ray Vargas actually came out as #1. How much do you respect him as a champion?
I respect all fighters you get in the ring, yeah. And he's obviously he's world champion, and so he is #1 for now. But come Friday night, that's going to change.
Obviously, he's coming off a loss in his last fight. Does that change your mentality? Do you have to still remain focused when you're going into this fight?
Yeah, that's always the goal, innit? To remain focused. That's what I'm doing now. Just taking each day as it comes, enjoying this experience, and yeah, just staying focused and ready to get the job done.
Whenever your name is mentioned, I think explosive is the only word that ever comes after it. You've made a name for yourself as an explosive fighter, front foot, aggressive. Do you think that he can handle that?
I'm not too sure. We'll find out on Friday night. Yeah, I can't really say. No one knows what's going to happen until you get in the ring, you know, with this boxing. But I'm definitely coming explosive, so we'll soon find out.
What will it mean, you travelling back to Liverpool, belt around your waist, embraced by the city? How would that feel?
Mean everything to me, because this is a life-changing fight for me. So that's everything to me. Yeah.
I guess these are the things that you work for. You grind in the gym from a kid to now. So good luck to you, my friend.
Nice one. Appreciate it.
Now, Ray Vargas. I want to ask you a question. Is Nick Ball a man that you've been aware of, you've been following, you've been watching him come up? He is mandatory for the belt. Is it someone you've kept your eye on?
Cannot hear pretty well. The sound is not that well on this side, so
I'll shout.
He said Nick Ball is mandatory. Have you had your eye on him? And talk to us about the fight on Saturday.
Rey, esto es una pelea prácticamente mandatoria y vas a pelear con un gran rival. ¿Qué piensas de él?
Primeramente, buenas noches a todos. Agradecer a BBC, mi empresa, al Jaimon, Luis de Cuba, al señor Frank, RG por hacer posible esta bonita función.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank all the promoters involved, which is Al Jaime, my promoter, Frank Warren, Matchroom Boxing, and His Excellency, and all the authorities for being making this possible. Thank you very much, all of you guys.
Esta es una pelea importante, claro, como todas. Es una pelea mandatoria. Y bueno, pues aquí estamos, listos para subirnos al ring, para hablar con los hechos, con los puños.
Well, definitely, I mean, this fight, I take it pretty seriously. This is a mandatory fight, and I'm ready to defend my title. I'm ready to talk with the fist, not with words.
So, Frank Warren, who is Nick's promoter, is very confident that his man is going to get the victory. Does that surprise you with all that you've done in boxing, that he's backing his man so heavily, multiple division world champion?
El promotor Frank Warren está muy confiado que su peleador va a salir triunfal en esta función. Obviamente, pues a lo mejor todo está en el lado de su balanza, su promotor, en su, tal vez más cerca de tu tierra. ¿Qué piensas de todo esto?
Pues yo creo que eso es normal. No hay entrenador que tenga miedo. Yo creo que el rival es el que se sube, ¿no? Arriba del ring solo somos dos y es donde va a haber el resultado. Entonces, yo no vengo a hablar, yo vengo a pelear. Si quieren, nos subimos de una vez.
Well, I mean, I understand, and every promoter is happy to see his fighter inside the ring, but definitely, there's only two people in the ring. It's going to be him, myself. I'm already here to fight. We can fight today, we can fight tomorrow, or any time possible. I mean, I'm ready to fight.
Nick looks very calm and collected. You're just taking it all in?
Yeah, just chilling, yeah.
Nothing phases you. Now, Ray, final question to you. Coming off a loss, do you feel like you've got something to prove on Friday? You're looking to be spiteful?
Vienes de una derrota. ¿Crees que tengas o te sientas forzado a demostrar algo este próximo viernes?
Yo creo que mi carrera está hecha y sólida. Soy bicampeón. Yo creo que el demostrar ya lo he hecho.
Well, I mean, I'm a true champion. I mean, my record speaks by itself. I mean, I'm a two-time world champion. Next.
Y yo creo que los que estamos dentro del boxeo sabemos lo que es mi carrera. Así es que yo me voy a subir a pelear, a hacer un triunfo más y a defender este título del mundo.
And this coming Friday, it won't be no exception for me. I'm going to prove myself, because I've been proving it throughout my career. This coming Friday, you will see a Ray Vargas, as always you can see him. I mean, true fighter, giving everything in the ring.
De la pelea que tú hablas, no fue en mi categoría, fue una arriba, un reto que yo tomé, y eso es lo que me gusta, tomar retos desafiantes.
And the last fight that you were talking about, I mean, it wasn't my division. I tried something new in my life. I wanted to go after a challenge, and that's what I do, take challenges. And that proves myself that I'm ready to fight anyone.
Well, that's an incredible fight, a mouth-watering fight that we're all looking forward to. Now, we've described this fight as mouth-watering, 50-50, anything can happen. Zhilei Zhang against Joseph Parker. Zhilei, with an incredible 2023, 2 fantastic knockout victories against Joe Joyce, do you feel like you're now getting the credit that you deserve in the heavyweight division?
你2023年打得特别好，2次击败乔伊斯，你觉得你受到大家的认可了吗？
今天坐在这里，然后我感觉受到大家的认可。然后去年2次击败乔伊斯，然后大家都看到了。
By sitting here, I believe I received the recognition I deserved. Everybody saw what I did to Joe Joyce back to back.
Strong words. Now, Joseph Parker's looked incredible in his last few fights. What kind of a threat does he pose to you?
帕克的最近3场比赛打得都特别好，你觉得他会对你造成什么样的威胁？
帕克是一个非常强劲的对手，年轻，饥饿感。他想从我手里夺走这条腰带，我知道这是他的目的，但是我是一只饿虎。我说过，我是下山捕猎的，我不会让。如果谁想拿走我的腰带，他要付出沉重的代价。
Joseph Parker is a hell of a fighter. He's young, he's hungry, and he's coming here for the belt. I'm the tiger right here. I'm here to hunt. If you want to take the food out of my mouth, you're going to pay the price.
Joseph, you looking to take the food out of his mouth?
Firstly, I just want to say it's great to be back here in Saudi Arabia. Great to be here with my team. I want to say thank you to His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, Spencer Brown, Tyson Fury, Matchroom and Queensbury for getting me on this card. And a major thanks to my sponsors, Vivian, Manuka Doctor, Wild Hydrate, Mad Butcher, who's very mad. And it's, I know Zhang's over there. You know, he said he wants to bang me. But I just want to say to Zhang, I'm going to bang you.
Well, it's an interesting way to start, Joe. I like it. Listen, you've got an opponent in common, Joe Joyce. Now, how does it, I guess, does it run through your mind the fact that Joe Joyce beat you in a fight and Zhang dispatched him twice?
Zhang did an excellent job in beating Joe Joyce twice. And the fighter that I was when I fought Joe Joyce, I'm a totally different fighter now. Physically, mentally, and I'm up for the challenge. I'm always up for the challenge. And he's the favorite going into this fight. They said that I'm the underdog, but I'll show you what I can do come fight night.
Joe, it feels like you've taken another step in your career under Andy Lee. I think you delivered arguably the best performance of your career. What's changed? What's happened? Is there something that's clicked? Is something
Listen,
that's...
I have a great team that I fully trust and believe in. Thanks to Tyson for linking me up with Andy Lee, great trainer, and again he linked me up with George Lockhart, another great trainer, nutritionist who we've done some tremendous work. And when everything is going good in camp and everything is balanced and you feel great and you're seeing results, I feel dangerous. I really do. And Zhang's gonna feel that danger.
Now, what have you been working on, I guess, in camp to minimize Zhang's power? He's known as Big Bang, those 2 incredible knockouts, without giving too much of your game plan away.
You're gonna see. You're gonna see come fight night. We're both ready. Everyone up here is ready for a great night of fights, and we're all getting all our energy back on fight night. We're gonna put it all on display Friday night.
You're gonna put it on display. Can you give us a little insight on how'd you get the win? How'd you get the victory?
I'm gonna go out there and bang him.
We look forward to seeing that. Thank you, Joe. Now, Joe's manager, David Higgins, you've seen it from the outside. You've been there from the start. Could you give us a little bit of an insight into maybe something that's clicked, something that's changed?
Yeah, they say a heavyweight reaches their prime at 35 years old. Joseph Parker's 32. And you hear that saying, oh, I'll fight anyone, or boxer will fight anyone. It's not very true. Only a few boxers will fight anyone. And Joseph's got quite a resume now. You know, there's Chisora twice, Andy Ruiz, Carlos Takam, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. Joe Joyce, Deontay Wilder. That's quite a list for a 32-year-old, and it's a journey. And as Joseph pointed out, everything is clicking. It's only started clicking in the last 6 months. I've been with Joseph for 11 or 12 years now. It's been a privilege and a bit of a roller coaster, ups and downs. But I can, from the heart, say it's the best Joseph Parker I've ever seen, physically, mentally, spiritually, calm, collected. Andy Lee, George Lockhart, it's an amazing team. I think you can see the confidence. And, you know, just remember that Deontay Wilder fight, the two gentlemen in the middle there were gleefully thinking they're making a fortune. They had the next fight already made, and not many people gave Joseph Parker a chance there, and it was a one-way fight. So, you know, we know how well prepared we are. We've come here to win, and I see Joseph Parker winning the fight emphatically on Friday night.
What is the process when you go to Joe and you give him these incredible boxing names, these dangerous fighters? Is it, oh, not again, we have to do this, or is it gleefully accepting?
No, he never groans. I mean, one thing we've observed is Joseph's at his best busy, and he, you know, when he's been busy, he's had momentum, and probably the same for many fighters. And those long layoffs, coming into Joe Joyce, he was nearly 9 months out of the ring or whatever. This year this is his 5th fight in a calendar year. He's at his best, absolute best.
Incredible, great to hear from you. Thank you very much. Now, on to the Predator, Francis Ngannou. Now, Francis, you shocked the world at the back end of last year. I don't think anyone gave you too much of a chance, and you proved them all wrong. How do you go about shocking the world again?
I think I haven't shocked the world yet. But first of all, I want to thank everybody here for coming here, for making this happen. Every single one here, all the promoters here. I also want to thank His Excellency, my brother, Tuki Alasher. I want to thank AJ for also being part of this. You know, as I said, he always takes two to tango. So thank you for being here and for making this happen. But to answer your question, I really think I haven't shocked the world. You know, I'm still in the factory, building, you know, training, learning. And I think when I really gonna get it, I think that's where the world gonna be shocked. I'm just working, building, and learn about the sport, you know, the sport that I love my entire life, but didn't have the opportunity to really do it and gain some experience. And it's just now that I'm really like having that, working on that experience. And I think I'm gonna put something really, really nice. I can put something. I trust the process. I trust my team, the work that we are putting in, you know, so it's gonna pay off.
You know, I was going to say, I didn't give the outfit as much credit as it deserved. Usually it's Eddie Hearn coming up here with the flary outfits, but I have to commend you on that outfit, Francis. It's fantastic. It's fit for a press conference like this. Knockout chaos. Let me tell you, that's a knockout outfit. Now, we saw you spending a lot of time.
Thank you very much. It's my sponsor, Jim Shark, who make it for me with the special designer. I can't pronounce the name though, but
send me the link.
Yeah,
I'm not sure my arms are filling it out though.
Looking up to their boys, so trying to make me look good out here.
No doubt. Now, we saw you spending a lot of time hitting the body bag in yesterday's workout. Is that giving us a clue into your game plan come Friday?
Excuse me?
We saw you hit the body bag for a long time in your open workout. Is that giving us a little bit of a clue into your game plan on Friday?
Everything is a clue. I mean, I have every space that I have an opening, I'm gonna hit. So don't you worry about where is the key or the clue. So I'm not going to let any stone unturned and any opportunity unexplored.
No, that we heard Joseph Parker speak about being happy, being active. I mean, AJ has been extremely active in the last 11, 12 months. What did you make of his performance in December?
Between AJ?
Yeah,
AJ performance? Well, no, he was a flawless performance. He was a great performance. I watched that fight closely, you know. But for me, that doesn't do anything because I know I'm not well. I know it's going to be a different round. It's going to be a different opponent, a different feeling. You know, we all when we get in the ring, that's when you know the fight. And then when there is a counter, a reaction in front, the fight can be very different. You know, but when there is not a reaction, the fight can also be very different.
We spoke about action. Ben Davison, AJ's trainer, said you'll struggle to do 10 rounds with AJ at the pace he's willing to fight. What do you respond to that?
Yes, that's true. I will struggle to do 10 rounds. I struggle to do 10 rounds. And if anybody doesn't struggle to do 10 rounds, then you are something else. You are not human. You know, I'm human. Everybody gets tired after 10 rounds, you know. So that's right, I'm struggling. And I have no problem with it because it's a learning process. I'm here to learn. And I struggled for the first fight, who was against Tyson Fury. And in fact, I was in that fight questioning myself, like, what would happen when I get in the 4th round? How would I feel? Because I never been in a professional fight, a boxing match for 4 rounds, for 6 rounds, 8 rounds. Then that was 10 rounds. So yes, I did struggle. But I think he struggled as well. Maybe more.
Well, he's sat in the front row here at the presser. He's smiling away, he's grinning, not giving anything away. And maybe that is a fight that we'll see in the future again, who knows. Now, if you get the victory on Friday, will that be your greatest ever achievement in combat sports? I know you've done so much in the MMA world, but would this top it all off?
Well, yeah, he will be the best so far, but as I said, I'm just getting started. So I'm really looking for the victory of Friday night, but I don't think that will be making any statement of my career because the road is still long, and I'm really intending to gain a lot of major victory like this. One more over Tyson, because I had the first one over him. I'm intending to have the second one, and he's been bitching about it, which is true.
I just hope I'm not in the middle of these two. If they start going at it, let me tell you.
You're gonna sleep in the octagon again, and I'm gonna wipe the ring with your ass again. You wipe the ring with your ass. There was the blood in the ring. It's sticking in your pants. What is that?
It's really heating up in here now. It's really heating up in here now. Francis is going to give you a chance to respond. I'm going to ask you the next question.
I've already told you, your only chance is in the ring, in the boxing ring with the boxing rules. When you step off of that ring, you better stay 5 meters away before I start your shit. Because if I lose it, you're going to have a really bad time, my friend. So respect the fact that boxing is protecting us, and the rules of boxing is protecting us. Because out of that, without that, you are nothing in front of me. I beat you every day, twice on Sunday.
It's the Saturdays you've got to worry about.
Let's keep it on the fight at hand.
We've got a big fight here Saturday, and these...
Friday.
Sorry, Friday.
Friday.
Friday we've got a big fight, and the fact of the matter is, the man's here, lineal champion, and I expect him to be the undisputed #1 after the 18th of May, and you've got it all to go for. Here is the opportunity for the big prize. That's it, to get the opportunity to fight the man, and that's what you're all here for. And I would save everything, as you correctly said to me, for Friday, because that's what all matters. That's all that matters.
It's all that matters. The Friday night knockout chaos, the man in the front row is the prize. Now, Francis, how much belief, because it feels like you've gained a lot of belief from your performance against Tyson Fury, win, lose or draw, however you see it. How much does that fuel you going into this fight against Anthony Joshua?
Okay, so just to make this clear, last time we spoke before the fight, I didn't believe in myself.
No.
I think I always believe in myself. You know, The reason why I'm here is because I always believe in myself, and doesn't matter the circumstances, doesn't matter the obstacle in front of me, I believe in myself. That doesn't mean that I control the outcome, you know. I believe in the fact that I'm gonna go out there and do my best, and I cannot control the outcome, and whatever the outcome is, I'm gonna take it, you know. But I believe in in my determination, in my dedication. I believe in the work that I put in order to have what I want, and that's what built my confidence, you know. So I always believe in myself, always. And even though sometimes it doesn't work, but I still believe in myself. I had a great training camp. Everything went well. We all spent a good time. And then we are 2 days out of a fight. We have a good training. Everything was perfect. So there's not a reason not to believe. I know that if I go out there and do my best, there's a big chance that I will go out there with the victory, and I'm going out there for that victory, and I'm going to let everything in that ring on Friday night to come out with a victory.
No doubt. Now, it's time that we bring in Francis Ngannou's longtime trainer, Dewey Cooper. Dewey, you've lost the element of surprise, as it were. Have you done anything different in this camp than you did for your fight against Tyson Fury?
First of all, I'd like to say Assalamu alaikum to Your Excellency, Turkey al-Sheikh, and the kind, beautiful people here in Saudi Arabia. Happy Eid Mubarak as you embark into your Ramadan in a few days. Fighting Tyson Fury, his first fight, was a magnificent challenge. Very complex, highly dimensional boxer. He assimilated so much information from that fight. Of course, he's ready for 2 nights away from now. Of course, he's ready for Anthony Joshua. Of course, he's going to show vast improvements in every aspect: speed, power, conditioning, fight IQ. So just expect an exemplary performance from Francis Ngannou on March 8th. The flaming, ferocious fist of Francis will finish Anthony Joshua.
There we go. My next question was, do you really believe that your man can stop Anthony Joshua? I think you've answered it just then.
I just said it. The flaming, ferocious, furious fist of Francis will in fact finish Joshua.
There we go. Couldn't say it better myself. Now, Eddie, previously, at the very start of all this, was critical of Francis's boxing credentials before he saw him fight. Now, how much extra satisfaction would that be winning on Friday?
Every fight important in this process to try and regain the World Heavyweight Championship is what he wants to do. This is a fight that came out of nowhere. Francis, throughout his achievements in mixed martial arts, earned the right to step up on the big stage. Thought he performed excellently against Tyson Fury and earned the right to fight any heavyweight in the world. I mean, it's quite remarkable that on his professional debut, he fought Tyson Fury, and in his second fight, he's fighting Anthony Joshua. You know, it's a remarkable run as a fighter, and it's a real challenge. But as I said, I don't see any aspect that Francis is better than Anthony in. However, he's strong, he's powerful, and he's dangerous. So Ben and Lee will keep AJ disciplined, and he'll do what he does, and that's perform. And I think this is the best Anthony Joshua we've ever seen in his career. The sharpest he's been, the most confident he's been, the calmest he's been, and he's done it all in his career. He's fought all styles. You know, he's boxed everywhere under all conditions: Madison Square Garden, Wembley Stadium, Millennium Stadium, all around Britain. Twice in Riyadh now, 3 times in Riyadh, once in Jeddah. I mean, there isn't any moment, any style he hasn't experienced in his sport. He's now an experienced fighter, and that will be the difference on Friday night. But we respect these guys. They're real. And AJ knows that as well, and he's trained accordingly and ready to show the world that, as I said, I believe he's the best heavyweight on the planet.
It's time to bring in Ben Davison, trainer of Anthony Joshua. Now, it feels like you guys, Ben, have really gelled over the past few months. It seems like that everything you do seems to be working. How has it been working with him on a day-to-day basis? You see him, you know, in the nuts and bolts, the grind, day-to-day in the gym.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to work with. He's the ultimate professional, and he loves boxing. So obviously that drives us. We're passionate about boxing. He's passionate about boxing, and it makes for an enjoyable partnership.
Now, there's been talk this week in the build-up of resilience and a little bit about heart. I mean, you see him every single day. How would you respond to those critics?
We're going to find out on Friday.
Man, a few words, I like it. It's strong words as well. Now, you've spoken about this 10-round fight and Ngannou potentially struggling to fight at that pace. Is that the key? Is it push the pace, tire him out, and hurt him late?
I just think, you know, there's probably a false sense of confidence taken from the previous fight that he had. I think it's going to be a completely different situation. We've prepared for him respectfully, professionally, and I think, you know, same as everybody. Nobody knew what to expect last time. Nobody knew, you know, everybody, being honest, was slightly dismissive. Now we know that's not the case. And I think, you know, yes, you can say there was a lot of experience to have taken last time, but I still think it's going to be a whole new experience.
Do you feel like, I asked Dewey about losing the element of surprise, do you feel that that's I guess a confidence booster, a bonus that you've now seen 12 rounds of Francis Ngannou in a boxing ring to study?
Yeah, to a degree, but I think Dewey's an experienced coach, and I think that to think that he's only got one layer to his game would again be underestimating him, and we've not done that. So we're prepared for him to have some new layers to his game. And again, we're going to find out on Friday, but we're very well prepared.
No doubt. Thanks for your time. Now it's time to bring in Anthony Joshua, former two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Anthony, we just heard from Ben. How has it been being back in camp with Ben? It feels like you two have got a real good bond. You two get each other.
God is good. Life is good. No complaining. Had about 10 days off. Get straight back to basics. Get back on the grind. God is good. We're happy.
Now, you're coming off the back of an incredible performance in December. What can we expect to see come Friday night? Come on, give us a little bit of insight into what's going through that mind.
All be revealed, innit? Just straight up war, relentlessness, good fight. And that's what everyone's here for, a good fight. So, yeah, stay tuned. If you're here, I appreciate everyone coming out. Much appreciated. His Excellency as well for putting the show on. And if you're at home, you know the score. Make sure you get it live on pay-per-view.
Always got to get the pitch in, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting paid for this, bro.
He's got pay-per-view points, I could tell. There's obviously an incredible incentive for the winner of this fight.
We're not looking past this fight. This is my main focus. Yeah, so the incentives and all that stuff is just to win. That's it. Just focus on my game plan and what I got to do.
You know what? That makes sense. I was hoping you give me a little juicy gossip. We need a clip. We need something.
Let me see. He said he's got
AJ's AirPods. Everyone's asking what is playing in AJ's left AirPod. What's on the playlist?
Let me see what I got for you people, yeah?
Come on, this is the question we all wanted answered.
All right, listen what we got, right? You want to hear something?
I don't know, I'll listen.
You ready?
And he's actually connected now.
Who's got some lyrics?
You got some old school garage going on there.
Trust me. You know,
is that what's going on in camp? Is that the mood? Is that the vibe? That the energy?
Just music. I don't know why there's a big conspiracy of what I listen to on my AirPod. I don't know what the big deal is.
Francis thought he sold it. Have you seen the Instagram video that Francis put up about what's going on, what's playing in your AirPod?
No, what's he got playing on? What
you better ask him.
AirPod?
I don't know. I was just listening. I found your AirPod and I was just listening, and it was playing a lot of different stuff.
All good. But yeah, so back to the fight business.
How do you prepare for someone like Francis Ngannou? We said you've seen 12 rounds of him. I've seen interviews where you say you've studied him in the cage, his stand-up.
Yeah.
But it's different than fighting your average boxer.
Well, he's been boxing. His first dream was to be a boxer, which people forget, and he was part of the Cameroonian team. He started MMA, I think, was it 24 or 26? So that wasn't the first time he started hitting the heavy bag or hitting pads. He had been doing it from a young age. His dream was always to be a boxer. So I know what I'm up against. You know, I look at all these small details, but I spar, I do my film study, all that type of stuff. I keep it professional, but on the night, that's different. All that textbook stuff goes out the window, and you just got to be relentless. Give it your best. It's already written in the stars what's going to happen. I'm just going to follow my destiny.
Do you ever feel that pressure to give...
Always.
To give number one, perform. Obviously, everyone expects a certain level of you, but also to give the boxing fans, not just British boxing fans, boxing fans, the fight they want. Obviously, there's a man over here. I know we're not talking about, but you win, and that's the end goal.
It's my duty. Of
course, it means
it's our duty to do what we got to do. It's our duty to. We work for these people out here. Do you know what I mean? These are the fights that they want to see. We're here to entertain them. So I feel the pressure, but that's the life. That's what I signed up to do. This is what I've devoted my life to do. So bring every challenge, every competition, and I'll step up to the plate. You know, I've been in the ring with Zhang. We've shared the ring before. I've shared the ring with Parker. I'm going to share the ring with Francis. One day I'll share the ring with Tyson. The last fight I shared the ring with Wallin. I signed to fight Baby Miller. I sparred Dubois. I signed to fight Bronze Bomber. I'm serious about the game, innit? This is just what we do. It's my duty to work for these guys and give them entertaining nights.
That's true. I mean, Eddie said you've seen every look in your time in boxing. Now, one look maybe you haven't seen is obviously Francis coming at you in the ring. He says he plans to knock you out.
Let's go.
He's looking for that shot.
Let's go.
Are you fighting fire with fire?
100%. Let's go.
All right, this
the best man will always win. It's not rocket science, as my boy Cena says. The best man will always win. You know, it's not rocket science, isn't it? The best man will always win. But one of the main things I'm looking forward to is showing how good I am.
And I think you've said before in interviews that people underestimate you. They maybe don't give you the credit that you deserve.
Not the credit. I don't want the credit, but
you just want them to look at you and go, yeah, this guy can.
No, I don't know, but I just know. People find out when they're in the ring, innit? But we'll see. Friday will soon come. Friday will soon go. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the occasion.
No doubt about it. Now,
so do I. Let's go. Let's go.
Have you got any final words for each other? Because I know it's all been quite nice in the build-up.
I was going to ask, is there any questions that anyone wants to ask? Because I know you guys have been sitting quietly. Is there any questions from the public? Anyone wants to ask any questions before we wrap up? Big boss at the top. Yes, Africa's on the map. My next door neighbor, Cameroon. I see you all up there. Flags, everyone's looking amazing. Let's go. Yes. That'll be good. It's going to be a good night.
Any final words for Francis Ngannou?
You can keep the AirPod.
Keep the AirPod.
Thank you. Truly.
Keep the playlist. Francis, final words for Anthony Joshua, the man that you're going to go face-to-face with Friday night.
Well, good luck on Friday night.
Respect.
I'll see you there.
Let's go.
There we go, guys. That is all we have time for. Thank you very much. Any final words? I'm going to give you, Frank, Eddie, the last word here in this press conference.
Look, it's going to be a marvellous night. Wherever you're watching the fight, you know, don't blink. It's going to be a great main event, and obviously all the undercard, as we said, are fabulous fights. I also want to just give a mention to George Warren and Spencer Brown for all the work they've also done behind the scenes to make this such a success.
Yeah, echo that. Tune in. Friday night, don't forget, Friday night live on DAZN around the world. An incredible card, top to bottom. Good luck to both men. Good luck to all fighters on the card. Stay safe and God bless.
No doubt, I think it's time for face-offs. Congratulations, everybody. Nick, you're up first.
There you go. That concludes the press conference for Knockout Chaos. Again, this is now the conclusion of day 3. Remember, day 4, the weigh-in. Day 5, they throw hands. What did you guys make of it? Press conference, come on, what do you make of it?
Look, again, similar to the first press conference. Very, very confident individuals on that stage, speaking truth. And I think they're just, like all of us here, willing and waiting for that first bell.
You're being too kind, Darren. I wanted to see something. I wanted more. I wanted more action. I wanted a bit more, not violence, I wanted a bit more.
Well, let's hope then on Friday night, all of that anger, that spite, that ambition comes out in the ring, and that's what we want to see. All of this is good. All of this is good, but what we really want to see is explosive action on fight night.
But somebody needed to poke the bear there, and it never happened, unfortunately. But Francis Ngannou looks extremely confident, and why wouldn't he? You know, he just pushed the heavyweight champion of the world, of course.
Look at the size difference here, by the way. I mean, Nick Ball's 5'2". I'm guessing Ray Vargas compared to Frank. Ray Vargas is about 5'10".
Oh,
wow.
Easily. He's on box rank. He's 5'6", 7 or something, and that's ridiculous. He's 5'10" at least.
Yeah.
He's massive for the weight.
Great fight, that one. Great fight. Ariel, what did you make of the presser? I know you will have your interesting takes.
Do have to thank Tyson Fury. I think he injected some excitement there from afar. I wish we had a mic on him. If I could nitpick, I would say I wish Francis and AJ were up there by themselves. I would have liked to hear from them earlier. I thought Francis, who is not really much of a trash talker, brought it. I love the AirPod bit, so that gave us something to chew on, but we need more. We were talking earlier about boxing needing to evolve a little bit and get a little bit more energy. These press conferences need to evolve a little bit. We don't need to hear from every single person and ask them 10,000 questions. We want to hear from Francis and AJ. We needed to hear from them earlier.
Oh, look at this one. Now this fight, my 50-50 pick'em fight,
God, I can't wait
is
for
going to deliver. Zhili Zhang versus Joseph Parker, and that's a real stare down.
But look at the size on Zhang as well.
And Joseph Parker is no
Parker's a
small
unit.
man. Yeah, that's great. This is a great fight.
This is the real 50-50 on the card.
Some may say this is the real main event. Not me, some may say that.
The people's main event.
There you go, the people's main event.
I like Parker saying, I'm going to bang Zhang this time. He kind of turned the tables. That was fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
can't
they
wait
go,
for this.
Two big boys, let's see.
Oh, my dear.
Francis Ngannou, Anthony Joshua. They both got their thing in it. Francis Ngannou always wear glasses. AJ's always got one earpod. That's their thing.
And now Francis is rocking the AirPod. It's the battle of the
Has he got the AirPod? I can't see from the angle. Has he got the AirPod?
It's
Oh, yes.
fantastic.
And now we know what's playing on the AirPod.
That's not what really is playing. He's got. There's another secret playlist that AJ's not revealing.
I want to see him get close.
Yeah, I need nose to nose here. Here we go. Come on. No one get involved. Nose to nose. Closer. Closer. Come on. You know, as big as Ngannou is, and he is a humongous man, AJ is no small chicken, is he?
No,
AJ's
unit.
huge as well.
Absolute unit.
You know what I love about Francis? He's got a half smirk. It's almost like he knows something that we don't.
Yes.
Half a smirk there from Francis. The confidence is just oozing out of him.
Oh, that's a bit cheeky, that is.
Got to pay the bills.
Come on, Mike. Where's the mic? Get a mic in there. I need a mic. I need to hear what they're
hear
saying.
that. We need to
What
hear
was
what
that?
they're
What was any lip readers, please? I need to know what was said there. It's important.
do you know what? We've been saying how big Ngannou is. You look
AJ
at him
looks
there.
enormous.
AJ, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, AJ looks enormous as well. I'd love to know, you know, we always used to kind of wonder, what does AJ weigh? No one's really asking those questions anymore. He might be close to the 18 stone mark though. He looks really big.
He does, and he looks good for it, I must say. He looks big, but he looks lean. Looks nimble also when we see him moving around
Who's
in
he
the build-up
shaking
to
hands
this
with there?
back.
Who's he shaking hands with there? Who's that? Who's in the front there?
Alistair Overeem.
Who was that? Oh, was that Alistair Overeem?
Yeah.
Yes.
Former kickboxing, former MMA champion. A man who Francis Ngannou once knocked out in Detroit in 2018, one of the most scary knockouts that I've ever seen. I thought Alistair's head was
It was
going
the
to fall
scariest
off his
uppercut
neck.
I think
Yes.
I've ever seen. It's like the uppercut came from South Central LA.
It was unbelievable.
It was fantastic. It really was. Where's AJ going? Is he out of here? There you go. Oh, by the way, nice reference to the little Rocky music in the background. I like that.
Never seen it.
What'd you say?
Never seen it.
Okay, can someone take Ariel's mic from him, please, and get him off this stage now? Too much MMA influence in this stage right now. All right, look, here's a reminder of what's coming your way on Friday night. Don't forget, we've got 4 fights that are available free to air from 3 o'clock in the UK. We start with Andrei Nowitzki versus Juan Torres. Ziad Almayouf will take on Christian Lopez Flores. Roman Fury takes on Martin Svark. And then I really think this could be a 50-50 fight. Jack McGann versus Lewis Green. The main broadcast begins at 6 o'clock GMT. Justice Hooney, apologies, takes on Kevin Larina. Gavin Gwynn will take on Mark Chamberlain. Israel Madrimov versus Magomed Kurbanov. Remember, that's for the WBA World Super Welterweight title. Ray Vargas takes on Nick Ball for the WBC World Featherweight title. And this one, fantastic co-main event. Zhili Zhang will take on Joseph Park for the interim WBO World Heavyweight Championship. And AJ will take on Francis Ngannou. 10-round affair in our main event. You know, can I just say something? Darren Barker always laughs, and I thought he was going to laugh when I couldn't say Kurbanov there. But he held on. The professionalism of my team. They didn't laugh at me. They were going to. Well done, team.
We're laughing on the inside, my friend.
All of you, yeah? Just laughing at me.
We love you.
Just laughing at me.
You don't make many mistakes.
I sometimes do, and they were like that. But we keep the ball rolling, we do. Look, that was the end of day 3. It has been exciting. Obviously, look, weigh-ins tomorrow, which are going to be interesting, especially for the guys that have to make weight. I'm so intrigued as to see what Gavin Gwynn looks like on the scale at 135.
I was speaking to Gavin earlier on, actually, and he's starting to look a little bit drawn. Listen, making weight's hard for everybody, so you're going to look drawn, but he's eager to get on the scales, he said. He cannot wait. So as soon as they see the medical at 10 o'clock, the weigh-in's about around 12, they said the official weigh-in, so I think he's going to try and get first to the scales and then first to the dinner queue.
And Ray Vargas.
Yeah.
See how tall he is, how big he is. I mean, that's got to be a struggle also.
Ariel, I've had predictions from everyone about the co-main event because I'm so intrigued. I think Barry, fair to say, has gone Zhang. Yeah. You're kind of on the fence, but maybe Joseph.
No, Zhang.
Gone Zhang as well? Okay. I'm going Parker. Where are you going? Parker, there you go.
No, I wanted to be the dissenter, but I have to go with Zhilei Zhang. So impressed with what he did the first time against Joyce, the second time against Joyce. You know, in an alternate universe, this co-main event is Joe Joyce versus Deontay Wilder, right? Both these guys came in and spoiled the party. Zhang twice against Joyce, and of course Parker in December against Deontay Wilder. So I can't bet against the New Jersey native now, Zhilei Zhang, who has done incredible things since moving to Bloomfield, New Jersey. Shout out. I'm not betting against that man. He has looked so good, so measured, so impressive. Parker as well, but if I had to pick one, I'm going with Big Bang Zhang.
Just so, obviously, we kind of all dress quite similar.
That's a
in terms of our outfit, and obviously come with a blazer. I'm doing a double-breasted tomorrow, though,
okay.
for the weigh-in.
Okay.
Double-breasted?
That's Friday. That's fight night.
Yeah, okay. Double-breasted?
No.
No? Suit jacket tomorrow?
Can I just say, I don't care what you wear. I'm so excited to be here. When I saw those two, I've never been to an Anthony Joshua fight before. I've had the pleasure of being to many Francis Ngannou fights, of course, but I'm the new kid on the block, and I love AJ. I truly love him. I've been watching him since the Olympics in 2012.
Stop this,
and
Bill. Stop what you're doing right now, because you're going to
both
talk about
men together is incredible. Francis, of course, shocked the world in October. He will shock the world on Friday. But just being here in the build-up is really something, and it's an honor to be here with you guys. I'm buzzing right now. I feel like I'm on cloud, I don't know what it is. 13, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, no, Francis might shock the world. We're neutral.
We are neutral, yes, of course. Yeah, Mr. Team AJ over here.
We will,
Open your jacket. Let's see the t-shirt. Team AJ. Yeah.
It's round the back, actually. It's round the back.
And also, it's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
It is okay. It is okay.
I wasn't wrong in October.
Team boxing here. Team boxing. We will see you guys tomorrow for the weigh-ins. It's been fun. 3 days are done. 2 more to go. Don't forget, scan that QR code because Friday is fast approaching and you don't want to miss it.
Live on the zone worldwide, Friday, March 8th. Joshua versus Ngannou. His earthquaking power shocked the world. The left Fury floored.
Big shot from Ngannou.
Now back into the ring. He seeks to knock down and knock out. But AJ is back. The pursuit of 3 times world champ is on. It's all to fight for in knockout chaos. Live on the zone worldwide, Friday, March 8th.
he hates to play safe, so... Shot to the green pocket coming up. Don't think it's there.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 45.
He'll be a little irritated. He's not put it to bed right there and then. But he's got multiple covers. I'll tell you what, 49-0 down, 3-1 down. That was do or die.
Yeah, incredible pot. He's another good one on this black. This is a thin cut.
Judd Trump, 1.
Unless there's an extraordinary transformation, this is a match, an evening, Trump will want to forget in a hurry. Not representative of his normal brilliance.
Yeah, it looks for all the money now. Ronnie's going to finish this game out 4-1, so I think Judd will be pretty disappointed with his performance here. You know, he wanted to give a good account of himself and
9.
just didn't quite turn up tonight. I think he probably lost a bit of concentration and
highest break for Trump, 38. Pot success rate, 81%.
15.
Not enough ammunition in the armoury.
22.
yeah, I think a few of the misses this frame just been a bit of a hangover from the chances he missed in the last frame on the blue and the green to go 2-2 instead of being 3-1 down. Hasn't looked the same since then, but credit to Ronnie, still potted some great shots, looks in good nick. Not quite as good as he was last night, but what a final we've got coming up, Phil. Luca, Ronnie.
29.
You couldn't have better. A 7-time Crucible King against the man who currently wears the crown.
35. 36.
And of course, by getting to the final, Ronnie O'Sullivan has achieved a financial landmark. Over £1 million in prize money this season. Not played $1 million tonight, you would say, but he was definitely the better player. The highlights, a 64 clearance to steal the first frame, a 123 break to win the third. Trump was disappointing. O'Sullivan is through by a score of 4 frames to 1 in this Riyadh Season World Masters of Snooker. We've got a wonderful final on our hands.
Right, confirmation, we have our final. Luca Brissell against Ronnie O'Sullivan. We cannot wait for that excellent performance from Luca earlier to beat Mark Allen, as you've just seen here. Ronnie beating Judd Trump to make it 5 wins in a row for Ronnie against Judd. And he's with us now. Ronnie, happy with that?
I don't know, it was a win, it wasn't great. You know, Judd was probably the worst I've ever seen him play. I think I dragged him down to my level, and that's what I seem to be doing most of this season. I played really well last night and had a bit of expectations, you know, coming in here, thinking, you know, could put 2 matches together back-to-back playing well, but let's put that out the window.
But it's all about being in the final of this tournament, isn't it?
I For me, you know, I don't get excited by winning any tournament anymore because I feel like I've won pretty much everything there's to do. I just want to play half decent. Don't even want to play well. Just play half decent, enjoy the game, be competing. But when you play, you know, you're not playing well, you lose a little bit of belief in yourself and your confidence can go. But you know, I just try to still play attacking, aggressive snooker, even though I'm not playing great, because that's the only way you can win, really. You know.
That was such a big frame, wasn't it? Was the fourth frame where the both of you were missing. Judd missed the green, he missed the blue, and then you ended up getting a good blue, and then, you know, going 3-1 up. I mean, that was the pivotal frame of the match.
Yeah, but you know, with Judd, even if you're 3-1 up, you can be 8-1 up against Judd first to 9. You know, you can come out and just start smashing him off the lampshades, which, you know, that's the way Judd plays. And you know, there's a lot of drama when you play Judd because he gets the white ball moving around. He plays a different game to pretty much everybody. So you kind of like, you know, you have to just stick to your basics and try and be clinical. You know you're going to get your chances, but if you don't take them, then usually it just puts you away, you know.
What are you going to do for your break now? You're going to have a bit of a practice, get a bit of food?
I don't know. Just going to have a few cigarettes, I think, after that performance.
Well, just to announce it here to Ronnie and to everyone, it's going to be on an hour later, so Ronnie might have a little bit more time to prepare, to practice, or have a bit of food, or anything you want to do. So 11 o'clock local time over here. Ronnie, we wish you well for the final. We're really looking forward to it. We'll see you in a few hours. Yeah, it's brilliant from Ronnie O'Sullivan there. Now, Judd is with Phil.
Judd, it's the old chestnut. You must be disappointed.
Yeah, I didn't play very well. I felt terrible. I felt shaky. So, yeah, one of the worst performances I've had in a long time. I didn't feel good at all. So, even when he was leaving me chances, I knew I was going to miss. It wasn't a good feeling out there. So, yeah, it's been a good season so far, but yeah, it's probably one of the worst I felt for a while.
Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. It just happens. You have a bad performance. Was there anything behind it?
Not that I know of, really. I think in the first game I didn't feel good either. I felt very, very shaky. I don't know for what reason, but it's happened quite a few times, I think, when I've had good seasons. I think maybe just put a little bit too much pressure on myself rather than go out and relax and play like I've done throughout the season. So, yeah, I had loads of chances. I just didn't take them.
And people just don't understand how hard it is to sustain brilliance at the very highest level.
No, it's been an amazing season. You've got to try not to let games like that affect you. It's going to happen, but obviously you don't want to perform like that, because I did have my chances. I created a few chances, but I just knew I wasn't there today, and I was just kind of battling away. Should have gone 2-all, but yeah, in the end he deserved to win.
All the best going forward.
Okay, that was Judd Trump there. But this is confirmation of the final. Luca Brissell against Ronnie O'Sullivan, 11 p.m. local time. World champion against the greatest ever. The man has won 7 world titles. But Ken, you know, we loved watching Ronnie, and Ronnie was absolutely incredible last night.
Yeah.
But we're seeing Crucible Luca at the moment, aren't we?
Definitely, yeah. It's good to see him play somewhere. The way he played in that Crucible last year, I thought he was, you know, really value for his win today. He played really well, made some great breaks. I mean, it was a quality semi-final. There was a lot of big breaks in it. We could have finished with, you know, 4 centuries in a row. So it was really good stuff. And, yeah, I think it sets it up really nice for tonight. Ronnie, I'm sure it might be a different Ronnie tonight for the final than it was there. That was a poor Ronnie O'Sullivan performance by his own standards. But I think it'd be a different Ronnie out tonight. But Luca is playing well as well.
And you know what? We know Ronnie. Like, he obviously plays this down a lot. But we know he'd love to win this tonight.
Yeah, of course he would. And Luca would love to win as well. So I think it's a great matchup. You know, 7 times world champion against the current world champion. You know, it doesn't get much better than that. And both players will be going for their shots. It's going to be rapid. It's going to be fast and furious.
And also, I just feel like Luca's got better as from the first match, got better as the second match went on, which bodes well for a potentially great final.
Absolutely. He's grown in confidence. And he potted some wonderful balls, made some great breaks. But the pressure balls that he potted against Mark Allen today was exceptional. And I think that will hold him in good stead, give him the confidence tonight. But he's got to play to that standard again tonight against Ronnie O'Sullivan, no doubt.
Snooker fans watching at home and here, they're in for a real treat, aren't they?
Absolutely. I think it's going to be buzzing in here tonight. You know, we've had a great week all week. We haven't had a 1-6-7 yet, which was everybody was getting excited about. But you never know. There's one match left that could possibly happen. But I think the snooker and the standard has been exceptional all week.
Ken, we'll see you in a couple of hours. We'll see you here local time at 11. Do not miss the final. Luca Brazil against Ronnie O'Sullivan. We cannot wait for it. We'll see you in a couple of hours.